Welcome to AJ's Custom Woodworking. Got a display of cutting boards that I'm doing, and these are pretty much sold. I just wanted to display and catch up people what's going on in the shop. I've done a couple chevron style. Everything that you're looking at now is cherry and walnut, and had a great time doing it. And this one right here I made for my wife, and this one is the only one with Purple Heart, and I had some small pieces of Purple Heart that I wanted to use up, and so I just decided to put some thin strips on there and kind of blend it in with the cherry and the walnut. This is a medium-sized board. This board here is 10.5 inches wide by 10.5, so this is a square board. On all my boards I use food grade glue, which is Type Bond 3. I use food grade mineral oil, and then I will use a food grade wax. I make beeswax or canuba wax, or I'll mix it together, and everything is done with food grade safe materials. On the back of my boards I always put rubber feet, and I do that for safety reasons, so when you're cutting on the counter or the tabletop or wherever you happen to use it, you know, it's the safest way to be, to try to keep it from moving around too much. I also have a brand. I don't know if you can see the brand, but I do brand all my work, okay? And it's handcrafted by AJ's Woodworking, Custom Woodworking, and you know, it's real nice to be able to brand my work. Christmas is coming, so I figured I would do some boards, and like I said earlier, most of these are sold. This is a chevron style that I also made for my wife. This is also cherry and walnut, and you know, again, I got the brand on the back, I got the rubber feet, and what I do is I make finger grips on the bottom, okay, on a narrower board. And what I do is I use my router bit. I use either a round over router bit, not a round over, but a bull nose router bit. Apologize for that. And you know, I put that on the router table, and I go ahead and I set it up, and I'll take little bites at a time. You know, it takes a little bit, but you take little bites, you have no wood burning. I slow my router speed down, you know, just so I don't have wood burning, because it's a little on the difficult side to sand them finger grips, you know, with the wood burning. I also use a round over bit on all my boards, you know, to round over the edges to make it so it doesn't have any sharp edges, you know, and I like that round over look. Here is a thing of beeswax and canuba wax, and as I mentioned, everything is food grade, okay, and you know, that's very important. Anybody who knows cutting boards, you got to have all food grade material. And what I also do is I sand all my boards, and some people may think this is an overkill, but I sand them all down, stepping from about 80 grit to start all the way to 400. Every board I do is sanded up to 400 because I like to have it as smooth as glass. I forgot to mention too that the display that I got going on here is sitting in my kitchen on a cedar table that I also made for my wife. She loves the look of cedar, and she wanted a cedar table, so I made her a cedar table. This is a rustic farmhouse style table. It is bar height. So everything you see right now, of course, except for the tangerines here, you know, is coming out of the shop. So I also got thinking, with the extra, what can I do with the extra cutoffs? And I said, well, maybe I can make a stand for these. So what I did is off this chevron board by the way, this is a big chevron board. This is a customer board. This board is sold. This thing is quite large. I made bigger. It's on my website. It's also on my Instagram. This board right here measures 17 and a half by 15. So this is a rather large board. Like I said, this board is sold. I really enjoy the chevron style, and it's real popular with ex-military and military, you know, being a chevron, you know. I also have made some small boards, okay, out of some leftover cherry and walnut that I had. All right, again, everything has the rubber feet. Everything is branded with my brand on it. Handcrafted by AJ's Woodworking is my brand. The name of my business is AJ's Custom Woodworking. Okay, let's go ahead and get to the stand, because this was just a thought came out of the blue to me. I kind of threw this thing together, you know, and what I wanted to do, okay, I'm going to bring it closer to the camera. And what I did, okay, I'm going to be out of view here while I talk. What I did, okay, is I took these uprights, and on the bottom of the uprights, I cut it at a 15-degree angle, okay? Then what I did is I made, in succession, I made one, the rear one, okay, because it's going to hold the biggest board. I made it a little bit taller. I couldn't tell you the measurements right now, but I made it a little bit taller. Then the middle one, okay, this will hold two boards. Then the middle one I made a little bit smaller, and then the third one I made a little bit smaller. Again, cutting them all on a 15-degree angle, so you had a lean to it. Not too much of a lean, but enough lean to support the board. Okay. Then what I did is I sanded it on my disc sander and my belt sander, and I cut the tops on a 45, and then I rounded over the top of the 45 to get rid of that sharp edge. And I did that on my disc sander. Okay, I have a disc sander in the shop. Like I said, I'm in my kitchen right now. But anyway, I also rounded over the front. Okay, I did that on the disc sander. Okay, and I didn't want it to have any square edges on the front. I wanted it to kind of look, I don't know, not square. I just didn't think it would look good square, so I rounded it over, you know, on the disc sander. So, you know, this is all from that big chevron board that I just had measured and mentioned to you, you know. So I wanted to make a nice stand, because this is a customer that this is going to, and made a smaller board also for this customer. Excuse me while I set this back, and you can kind of see how that's going to work. Okay. And then what I did is I made a smaller board. Okay. This is a small board, and again, it has the finger grips on the bottom, the rubber feet, and my brand. This is also going with the chevron and the stand, and it looks like that. Okay, when I put it together. So, you know, I wanted to do something a little bit extra, you know, because this customer is also a friend of mine, and they're good people. So, you know, I want to do a little something extra for them. This board here, this is a beast. Okay, this board here. All right. This thing measures 18 inches long, 11 inches wide, and this baby is 1 7/8 inches thick. So this is a thick board, okay? And most of my boards run anywhere between 1 inch to 2 inches thick, okay? And this is just a bunch of, I had a bunch of scrap left over from another project, and what I did is I just threw it all together, really. And I kind of liked the pattern. I had some thin strips, as you can see in the board. I had some thin strips, that I wanted to use up. The price of lumber these days is pretty nuts. Luckily, I get all rough sawn lumber, and I'll mill it myself in the shop, and I'll start from there. Saves quite a bit of money when you start with rough sawn. I have 3 dealers that I go to, so I'm never without what I'm looking for. And when I want something exotic, like Purple Heart or Purdue or something like that, then I'll have to go to Woodcraft or someplace like that. But anyway, I did this board. This board is also sold, okay. But I just wanted to, give you a little update on the boards and what's going on in the shop, being so close to Christmas. I'm still waiting on the lumber to dry for my son's computer desk. When I get that going, that's going to be quite a project. I'm really looking forward to doing that for my son. And once that's done, then I'll go ahead and do that. But that's going to be later on down the road. I'm working on some cherry nightstands in the shop now, and I'm hoping that I can have them done within the next, probably after the holiday, after the new year. Takes a little while because I'm very meticulous on my own worst critic, and if it's not perfect, it's not coming out of my shop. Okay, I'm not going to sell it. So it has to be nearly perfect, 100%, before I'll let it come out of my shop. If you go to AJ's Custom Woodworking.com, or you can follow me on Instagram, and if you click the link on Instagram, it'll pull up a menu, and you'll see the menu, and you can go to my Facebook page, you can go to my website, you can go to learn a little bit about me and what I try to accomplish in my business. It's got all kinds of information in there. I haven't opened up the store yet because I'm so busy, right now. But eventually I'm going to open up the store and you'll be able to purchase things there. So again, my name is Alan Davis. I'm the owner of AJ's Custom Woodworking. And this has been great to talk to you. And hopefully you'll enjoy this video. Thank you.